Michael Buble reveals he turned down The Voice at least 15 times. Most of the singers are better than me. Buble joins The Voice as a coach this season alongside Snoop Dogg, Gwen Stefani, and Reba McEntire. The 49-year-old Grammy-winning crooner appeared on the September 23 episode of Today to discuss becoming a coach on The Voice for season 26, and he revealed it's not the first, second, or even 10th time he's been approached for the NBC reality singing competition series. Buble told the outlet he's turned down joining The Voice about 15 to 16 times, partially because he didn't want the pressure of judging other vocalists. But thank God we're not judges. The other shows have judges. We are coaches, he said. Michael Buble reveals he always dreamed of working with Snoop Dogg before The Voice. "I love you so much," exclusive. "And the reason I say that is because most of the singers are better than me, and I have no place ever judging anyone," added the singer. "So to get to coach them and live the fantasy of having this career that I've had, and then get to have the fulfillment of helping someone else get that's the cool part." Ahead of the season 26 premiere at 8 p.m. on September 23, Buble isn't quite ready to claim he'll win the competition just yet. "Man, my team is good. My team is really good, but everybody has good stuff happening on their team," he said. "The Haven't Met You Yet musician will sit in one of the series' signature red chairs alongside fellow coaches Gwen Stefani, Snoop Dogg, and Reba McEntire, aka the show's reigning champion. Why Snoop Dogg says he and The Voice co-star Michael Buble are brothers from another mother, exclusive. "We call her Reba McEntire because when the chair turns around, it's like the people just love her and that smile. And Gwen is never Stefani because she just has a stream of consciousness. She's highly intelligent and just tells it like it is," added Buble. "And Snoop, you know, my Uncle Snoop, man. Everybody loves him. The people puzzler crossword is here. How quickly can you solve it? Play now." Buble is also gearing up to release his first greatest hits album, The Best of Buble, on November 22, including many well-known songs from throughout his career. "Feeling Good," "Haven't Met You Yet," "Sway," and more. "I'm sentimental about it. There's not a note that's left my mouth without meaning a lot to me. I've had this really genuine, beautiful connection with all these beautiful souls in the last 21 years, said the performer. Never miss a story. Sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what People has to offer, from celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. When I think about all the amazing co-writers and duets and arrangers and musicians and all the partnerships and producers, it's really sentimental to have that moment where you can share that with an audience," continued Buble. Michael Buble, the suave crooner who brought swing and jazz back into the mainstream, recently dropped a bombshell that has left fans and music insiders alike buzzing. He has been approached to join The Voice as a coach multiple times, and he turned it down at least 15 times. In a world where many artists would jump at the chance to sit in the iconic red chairs and coach aspiring singers on one of the biggest music competition shows, Buble's decision is both surprising and intriguing. What would drive a globally renowned artist, a man with sold-out concerts, chart-topping albums, and legions of fans, to say no to one of the most coveted jobs in the music industry? In a candid interview, Buble opened up about the reasons behind his repeated refusals. His response was as humble as it was unexpected. "Most of the singers on that show are better than me," he said with a self-deprecating laugh. "It's honestly intimidating." This revelation offers a glimpse into the mind of a performer who, despite his fame and success, is still grounded enough to acknowledge his insecurities. Buble, who has sold more than 75 million records worldwide and has been a fixture in the music industry for over 2 decades, isn't short on talent or accolades. Yet his decision to step away from the bright lights of The Voice reveals an inner vulnerability rarely seen in such high-profile figures. Humility at its core, Buble's humble nature is a well-documented part of his persona. Despite his polished image and smooth performances, he has always been vocal about the ups and downs of his career and personal life. This humility is central to understanding why he would turn down The Voice. For many artists, joining The Voice represents an opportunity to mentor up-and-coming talent, share their expertise, and even rekindle their own careers with fresh exposure. The show has seen a roster of iconic judges, from Blake Shelton to Kelly Clarkson, and each coach has brought a unique flair to the panel. Buble, with his charm and extensive knowledge of jazz and pop music, would undoubtedly have been a fan favorite. But for Buble, the decision isn't just about fame or the glitz of television. "I love the idea of helping others achieve their dreams," he admitted. But the truth is, when I watch some of these singers perform, they're so good that I'm not sure what I could teach them. While this may sound like false modesty to some, those who know Buble understand that it stems from a deep respect for artistry. He recognizes the immense talent that graces the voice stage, and rather than assuming a position of authority, he chooses to admire from a distance. The pressure of perfection, part of Buble's hesitation to join the show, may also stem from the pressure that comes with it. As a coach on The Voice, the expectations are high. Not only are you expected to guide and mentor contestants, but you also put yourself on display as a representative of what it means to be a successful musician. For Buble, whose style is rooted in classic jazz and swing, genres that demand near perfection in vocal control and emotion, the bar might seem impossibly high. I think there's a misconception that because I've had success, I don't have doubts, Buble said. But every time I step on stage, there's a part of me that wonders if I'm good enough. Seeing these incredibly talented people on The Voice who are at the beginning of their journey and already so polished, it makes me feel like I'm still learning myself. This comment strikes a chord with many performers who, despite years of experience, still wrestle with self-doubt. It also highlights a side of Buble that many might not have seen before, the man behind the charismatic showman, who, like many artists, is constantly striving to improve. Family first. Another major reason behind Buble's decision to repeatedly turn down The Voice could be his family. In recent years, Buble has made it clear that family is his top priority. He took a significant break from music when his son Noah was diagnosed with cancer, an experience that deeply affected him and reshaped his outlook on life. I learned that life is short, and you don't want to spend it doing things that don't make you happy, Buble reflected. Being away from my family for long periods isn't something I'm willing to do anymore. The commitment required for a role on The Voice would likely mean long hours and extended time away from his wife, Luisana Lopilato, and their 4 children. For Buble, the trade-off simply isn't worth it. As much as I love music and performing, my family comes first. Always, he stated. Staying true to himself ultimately, Buble's refusal to join The Voice is a reflection of his authenticity. While many in his position might jump at the chance to capitalize on the exposure and influence the show offers, Buble is content with where he is. His music, his fans, and his family bring him fulfillment, and he doesn't feel the need to add another feather to his already impressive cap. I've never done things just for the sake of doing them, Buble said. I need to feel passionate about something, and as much as I respect The Voice and everyone involved, it's just not the right fit for me. In an industry where many chase the next big opportunity, Buble's decision to stay true to himself is refreshing. His humility, dedication to family, and deep respect for the craft of singing set him apart as an artist who, despite his immense success, remains grounded. For now, fans of The Voice will have to admire Buble from afar, perhaps catching him on tour or in his next album release. And while we may never see him hit the button and spin around in one of those red chairs, his candidness and humility make it clear that Michael Buble is already coaching by example, teaching us all a lesson in staying true to who we are, perhaps catching him on tour or in his next album release. And while we may never see him hit the button and spin around in one of those red chairs, his candidness and humility make it clear that Michael Buble is already coaching by example, teaching us all a lesson in staying true to who we are.